It is 2 a.m., and suddenly you have the ultimate blueprint to change your entire life. You are going to wake up at 5 a.m., hit the gym, build your business, and finally stop wasting time. But when tomorrow actually comes, the motivation vanishes, and you find yourself doing exactly the same things you did yesterday. You lie in bed at night feeling guilty, promising yourself that tomorrow will be different, but the cycle simply repeats. You are not alone in this, and you are not broken. This is not about lacking intelligence or talent. It is about the psychology of your brain. To break this cycle, you need to understand the invisible dopamine traps keeping you stuck and the specific systems required to turn late-night ambition into daily discipline. Right now, you are living in a constant state of conflict. One part of you dreams big, imagines success, and sets massive goals. But another part of you desperately wants safety, ease, and protection from failure. When you think about working on your goals at 2 a.m., your brain is flooded with the dopamine of anticipation. Imagining the reward feels incredible, and because you are in bed, you do not actually have to execute the hard work right then. But when you wake up, your brain sees the actual effort as a threat. It sees uncertainty, the possibility of rejection, and the discomfort of hard work. So your brain offers you an easier option to get that dopamine fix. You grab your phone. One swipe gives novelty, one click gives entertainment, and your brain never knows when the next interesting thing is coming, making it a slot machine in your pocket. This creates artificial dopamine overload. When your baseline dopamine exposure becomes extremely high, ordinary activities lose their emotional intensity. Suddenly, deep work feels painful, studying feels slow, and the grand plans you made at 2 a.m. feel mentally heavy. You feel mentally exhausted while barely doing anything meaningful, because high stimulation and meaningful satisfaction are not the same thing. When you fail to take action, you probably tell yourself that you are just not disciplined enough, or that you need more motivation. But motivation is a terrible system. Motivation is merely a feeling that changes daily based on your sleep, stress, mood, and energy. If your success depends on feeling motivated, your progress will always be unstable. You might also be trapped by perfectionism, waiting until you have the perfect plan or until conditions are ideal. But perfect never comes. Perfectionism is not about having high standards. It is fear disguised as excellence. It is your brain giving you an excuse to never start, because if you never start, you can never fail. Failure is not the opposite of success. Inaction is. To bridge the gap between 2 a.m. ambition and daily action, you must stop relying on willpower and start building systems. Here is the specific framework to rewire your behavior. System 1. Redesign your environment. Your environment is controlling you more than you realize. If your phone is next to you, you are going to check it. Successful people do not have more willpower than you. They simply have better systems and remove temptations. Behavior is heavily shaped by friction, so you must make it harder to be distracted than it is to focus. Put your phone in another room, turn off notifications, and create physical distance between yourself and your distractions. The smartest form of discipline is reducing the need for discipline. System 2. Use mental contrasting. Most people think that visualizing success is enough, but purely positive visualization actually reduces the energy you have to pursue your goals. You must use a technique called mental contrasting. First, vividly imagine your desired outcome. Then, deliberately identify the obstacles you will face, like feeling tired after work or getting distracted. Finally, create specific if-then plans. For example, tell yourself, if I feel too tired after work, then I will just work on my project for 10 minutes. This harnesses optimism while preparing you for real-world challenges. System 3. Refuse to negotiate. When you sit down to work and feel the urge to check your phone, your first instinct is to fight it. But fighting the distraction still gives it attention. Instead, the moment you feel the urge to break focus, simply acknowledge it and say to yourself, I am not negotiating with that. Treat the distraction like background noise. By refusing to play the dopamine game, the urge vanishes rapidly, and your focus will double instantly. System 4. Sit through the boredom. The biggest reason people quit focusing is because the second it gets hard, confusing, or boring, they reach for a distraction to escape the discomfort. But flow state is on the other side of boredom. When the work gets sticky, you must stay in the chair and sit with the discomfort. Realize that the physiological response of any emotion naturally dissipates in just 90 seconds, unless you feed it with your thoughts. Do not run from the hard part. Let the boredom hit you. Breathe through that 90-second window and watch how fast the discomfort turns into flow. System 5. Start smaller than your ego wants. You fail because you start too aggressively, attempting massive productivity routines from day one. Your brain cares more about sustainability than intensity. Pick one small thing that moves you toward your goal, even if it is just working for 15 minutes, and do it consistently. A short workout still counts, and reading 2 pages still counts. Small actions reduce resistance, and once momentum begins, continuing becomes much easier. At the end of the day, you must realize one powerful truth. You are not lazy. Lazy is not who you are. Lazy is simply what you have been doing. Who you are is someone with dreams, potential, and the ability to change. Do not wait to feel motivated before you act, because action creates the feeling. You build motivation through daily habits, and once your brain learns this new pattern, it becomes your default. If this video helped you understand your own mind, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, do not click on another video. Close this tab, put your phone away, and go do one thing that moves you forward right now. Your future self will thank you.